A local community theater group is embarking on its largest fundraising effort to date. The Old Town Players are seeking to raise $50,000 in just 60 days through the Patronicity matching grant campaign. Here with all the details are Sherry Phillips and Steve Gray. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So you have a very lofty fundraising goal set before you in the next 60 days. Explain how this opportunity came to be for the Old Town Players.
Well, Jamie Dugan was instrumental in getting the teen center started in our basement, and she helped with this idea of going through Patronicity. We know several groups locally have done that too. So we looked into it and we applied. A long process. We thought this process was going to start last summer when we normally do our fundraising for this year, but it got delayed, red tape. Finally, we're approved for March 1st to start, and it'll last for 60 days. All contributions have to be in by April 30th to get a match. And it matches at $50,000. We have to raise $50,000. But if we do, they match that amount.
Okay. All the funds coming in, what are they going to be used for?
We've got a number of projects as far as our veranda out front needs a new covering, and it leaks to the area below the entryway and the restrooms and that and the like. We had to repair the walls several times. The paint, we need to paint the auditorium, paint the ceiling badly because it's peeling away. It was painted years ago. It's one of those old tin panel ceilings from the early 1900s, and they painted it, and that paint's peeling off now, and that right there is almost $15,000. So you know, we're on the lookout for a new roof because we do have some leaks. We have some internal repairs from the leaks we need to make on the stage. There's a soffit and guttering repair. We have some holes up there that wildlife can get in. Those are some of the projects we want to address.
Sherry, what does this fundraising effort mean if we see it to fruition, if we get $50,000 in 60 days? What does this mean to the theater for its longevity?
Well, it just means, I mean, the repairs to the building itself, like the veranda, because the veranda is kind of pulling away from the building because it was added on later, and the leaks, and the estimate that we got for repairing it properly and doing all that is like $46,000. The guttering and the soffit and roof, it's like $48,000. Like Steve said, the ceiling in the auditorium is almost $15,000. And I mean, there's a lot of other things that we'd like to do if we have more money. I mean, we'd like to update the bathrooms. We'd like to paint the walls in the auditorium. I mean, there's just an array. But when you get a building that's over 100 years old, the upkeep on it is just astronomical that people just don't realize. I mean, we can raise the money to run our yearly projects.
Your programming.
Programming and stuff, but there's not a lot left. I mean, you know, you figure in when you've got gas and electric bills in the winter that's over $2,000. You know, we've got bills just like everybody else, insurance, and a lot of people don't realize that we have to pay royalties for all the shows. So that's where our budget that we raise normally through the shows go. So the stuff for the building itself are few and far between to have the extra money, especially like $46,000. I mean, you know, we can come up with a couple thousand, but those big ones are really really important, and they're important to the building because if the building crumbles, we've got no place to put on the shows.
Yeah. So we've got about a minute left, but what would you tell folks who are maybe considering making a donation?
Well, I would say do it now. I mean, do it during this. I mean, we'll double what we get. What they want to give is going to be doubled if we get to $50,000. And if we raise over $50,000, we can address some of the other needs that we need that are going to take it over 100. So I'd say if people ever wanted to give to the theater and support cultural arts in our community, this will be the time to do it.
Okay, all right. And so where can they go to make that donation? Okay,
our website will have information on that. We're doing a big mailing. There'll be a lot of PR, emails, social media. It's going to be all over the place. There'll be a link, and there's also a QR code. They can go directly to Patronicity and give directly there, or they can mail a check or give a donation while they're at the theater, cash or check.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll check back in 60 days, and hopefully we can help make a big announcement on behalf of OTP that it's been met. So,
Yeah,
great.
hope so.
Good luck.
Thank you so much for having
Thank you.
us.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
And if you'd like to donate, you can find a link to connect to the Old Town Players on our website.